Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to DIY Art Plus. So today I'm gonna make a watercolor painting because that's all I have here. I'm still at my parents' home, so this is what I'm gonna use. I have this watercolor pad I bring with me, and these are the brushes I'm gonna use. So mostly I'm gonna use this small brush. Now you can also paint with me if you like. You can just use whatever materials you have. All you need is watercolor and a watercolor paper. And for this painting I'm gonna use this brand of watercolor set here. Alright, so now I already draw this outline for this cute panda here. If you like to again paint with me, you can just pause the video and just trace the whole panda if you like. Alright, now this paint set come with this here. This helped me to just figure out which color I really want to use. So I'm just gonna use this as a reference, but mostly I'm gonna use black, gray and brown color here, and some green, and also a red color for the tongue. Alright, so let's start painting. Alright, so I'm gonna again start from the tongue, and I'm gonna use this red color. And again, as long as you have the outline, it will be so much easier for you to just paint the whole thing. So first I started with the smaller area, and if you also want to just trace my drawing, you can just pause the video and just trace the whole panda if you like. And yeah, it will be so much easier if you have a drawing already to trace. You can trace mine, and then you can start painting that. And I'm so sorry guys, I have a lot of background noise as my niece and nephews playing all day because of their summer break. So and I'm cleaning my brush when I'm changing the color. Now I take some gray color here and just applying this around the tongue like this, and doing the outline for that nice mouth area here. Now just for this area, I just did like one layer with this color because it was blending in with the red a lot. So I just leave that area alone. And after I'm done with the whole thing, I'm gonna go back and add one more layer on that area to make that area a little bit more darker. Now I'm gonna start working on the eyes. So you know how a panda have a lot of hair, so I'm gonna try to create that type of look. So first I did the outline around the eyes, and trying to add this type of little brush strokes that look like hair, and I'm sticking with that gray color. Alright, so now here I'm taking black and I'm barely touching around the eyes. Now you have to do this part quicker before your gray dry, so that way your black and gray will blend nicely and quickly. And again, I'm just using black and just adding around the eyes, and it will slowly do it work and blend with the gray, just like this. So that way the inside part will be darker and the outside of that gray area will be lighter gray. Now here I apply a little bit more water around the edges and just adding a little touch of more green this way, so again it look like hair around this area. Alright, so now I'm gonna work on the next part, which is I have these two darker spots here. So I just apply water and a gray color, I'm sorry, and just adding this type of color there. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the same thing with the other eye. Just like I did with the first one, I'm gonna apply a gray color first around the eyes. I'm just gonna do the outline, and then I'm gonna slowly apply more water and a little bit of gray color again, and spreading this more paint around the eyes. And then I'm gonna add black just on the inside area. Alright, so now I'm gonna work on the iris here. Now I'm just using black color here, plain black. So because I want to make this as dark as I can make, I'm not planning to use any type of a pen here or a marker. So I'm just gonna apply this first layer, and once this dry, I'm gonna go back, add one more layer to just make it more darker, and you'll see once I do that. But it's already started looking so cute. And as you can see, I also leave a little white spot there, because again it's a watercolor. With the acrylic paint you can always go back and add a dot of white there, but I leave a little white spots there. Alright, so now I'm gonna work on the next part, which is my ears. Alright, so now for this part, actually I'm gonna do it a little differently. First I'm applying just the water here, just like this, and then I'm gonna take some gray and I'm gonna add some lines that looks like this. So again, I'm trying to make it look like it's all hair here. So I'm adding this type of a brush strokes, and again it will blend with the water like this. And then I'm just gonna keep applying more paint wherever I feel like I wanna just make it more darker, because I don't want to make the whole area too dark. So that's why I'm just using gray for now. And then I'm gonna apply some black on the inside of the ear part. And on this area, I'm also gonna use a little touch of red or the pink here. I think it's a pink that I use, yes. Now, do you see how straight line this looks where the ears here. So what I'm doing is bringing that gray color a little bit more inside like this, just adding more hair basically. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side again. I'm only gonna use black and gray. I'm not using pink here on the other side because you cannot see that. Now I'm gonna work around the nose area. So I'm just adding a little bit of water on top of the nose right here and just adding lightly a little bit of gray there. And then I clean my brush, make sure I don't have a lot of water, and then I kind of bring that a little bit higher, and as I'm adding more water on this area, it's getting lighter and lighter. Alright, so now for the nose, I started with the gray color first. So again, I'm just applying water first and then taking gray and just gonna apply that gray there. So again, I started with the gray and then I'm gonna add a little bit of black there because I really wanted to make this area a little bit more darker. Alright, so the next part is working on the face now. So here I'm just adding some water, just some water, and adding this type of a line for the hair. So just adding water, you can see me first if you're painting, and then you can do this part so you get more idea what I'm doing here. So again, just adding this type of line with just the water with a tiny bit of gray. I kind of add that paint there, and then it's gonna blend again with the water. You might have to just keep adding this type of a hair. And I'm also gonna use a little bit of more water, just the water, no paint, and adding more that type of a line on top of this area. So again, it will bleed with the water and this area will be more lighter. Now here I'm applying black color just on the bottom of the edges, barely taking any paint, and just adding a dot of black just on the bottom. Again, it will bleed with the gray and then it will be lighter. Okay, I'm just adding one more line right here, similar way, but not adding a lot of paint there, mostly using a lot of water. Alright, so now I'm gonna do the same thing one more time just on the bottom of this area. So again, I apply a little bit of water and then I'm adding gray like this. You can just do it however you like. You can apply paint first if you like and then water, Everybody's do it differently, however they are comfortable. I like to apply water first. It gives me a little bit more control on how much paint I want to use after I add water. Alright, so I did it all the way to the chin area, and then I'm just adding more water, and then I'm gonna add a little bit of black later. So I bring this line all the way to the ears. Now I'm gonna work on the top of the head here. So again, I'm applying this water first. Same thing I'm gonna do, but this time my brush stroke is going up like this. So I'm gonna add more darker on the top area, gray color. And again, same thing I'm gonna do here too. I also add some hair right here. I again add water and then some gray color. Alright, now on the other side of the face, I'm gonna do the same thing, but my brush stroke is gonna change it to a different side. So again, I'm applying water first on this area, and then gray, and then black. Alright, so now here I'm gonna go back around this lighter area with some more black, because I want to make that area a little bit more darker. So I'm just using black here and just doing a second layer. Okay, so now here my ears are dry, so I'm gonna go back with just a little less paint this time. I'm sorry, less water this time, and a little bit of paint, gray paint, and adding this type of a hair like this. So you can also do this part if you like, you can skip it, but if you want to add more hair, make sure this area is completely dry, and just adding this type of a hair with just gray or the black. You can use gray or black. I use black and gray both. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the other area too. If it's dry completely, if you want to add more hair, I'm just using a black here and adding this type of a line for the hair. Alright, so now I'm gonna start working on hands here. So I'm gonna work on this side first. So I'm gonna apply water first, and then I'm gonna apply the paint just like I did with the ears. So I apply some water here, and then I'm gonna use a gray color and kind of apply this around the edges, but I kind of ended up applying this everywhere. So yeah, you can also apply this on just the edges first. Do the outline with the gray color first. So here I apply this gray, and then I'm gonna use a black color and gonna really give a little bit more definition where the fingers are. So here I take some black and giving the outline like this. Okay, so now for the bottom of the arm, here I apply a little bit of water, and then some, I believe I used black color here. Yes, and then I'm just adding this type of a crease. I don't know what it's called, but yeah, I'm just working on this area here first, and then I'm gonna apply kind of just the water because I don't want to make this area too dark. So I'm just adding gray, a little bit more water, and black where I want to make it darker. Alright, so here I'm all done with the one arm. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, but before I do the arm, I work on this little area here. I apply water and started with the lighter color because I really don't want to hide the face hair that I have on the top. So I just apply water, and then I am using a really dark paint, just a black paint, but I'm not touching the face. I'm gonna leave a little space like this so you can clearly see the two separate area. So I'm not touching the hair on the top, I just leave a kind of little space there. It's okay if some area touches, but I am making this area a little bit more darker. And then just a lot of water down here. And again, I don't have really a lot of paint on my brush. I'm just taking water and adding this type of a line for the hair. And I'm not covering the whole arm for this part. You will see some of the white spots too. And after I'm done adding this type of line, I go back with some gray, keeping the brush strokes like this, like I'm adding hair. But again, I'm not going everywhere. I really want to keep some area white too. And on the bottom of this area here, I'm gonna make it a little bit more darker. So just use more black on this corner. And also, I don't like the kind of a straight line around the tummy here. So I'm bringing this paint also a little bit more inside. Just like I did with the ears earlier. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on these feet. Now this feet is kind of a little tricky because I have nice big like long nails here. So what I'm doing is applying water, just the water, not adding any water where the nails the nails are. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some paint then. So wherever you didn't add water, it's not gonna obviously color. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just using black here. And as I'm gonna apply more water on the top, it's gonna slowly get lighter. So the bottom is gonna be darker and the top of this area will be lighter. Now his legs are very easy. I'm just adding water again, just like I did with the all other part, just adding water. And started with the gray color first, and wherever I want to make it darker, just barely adding a dot of that black to make it just more darker basically. So you can just start applying your paint very less. If you want to make it darker, you can slowly apply your paint. It will be so much easier to paint with watercolor. So don't always take the darker color first, just take the water more, little bit of paint, and as you go just make it more darker if you feel like you want to make it more darker. And the same thing on the other side too. So again, I'm not really explaining one thing again and again, so again I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other side too. Now for the feet here, I'm gonna use like a light brown color here, and I'm just applying that light brown on the bottom of the feet like this. So again, if you have an outline like this, it will be so much easier for you to paint, especially with the watercolor. Now, I don't know if you notice or not, but I made the left part a little bit more lighter and the right side is a little bit more darker. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the feet too. So the left side of the feet will be lighter and the right side feet will be darker. So again, first I apply the water, and I'm just gonna use a gray color for the left side of the feet. On the right side of the feet, I'm gonna just mostly use black there. Now I'll show you how to separate the feet part and the leg part so that you can clearly see two separate areas then. Alright, so now here you can clearly see the feet on the left side and the leg, it's almost the same color. So I'm gonna separate them by adding a little bit more darker. So first I apply a little bit of black on just the leg area. I'm not touching the feet here, and adding a black here like this. And also adding like a little black line where the light brown color is on the bottom of the feet here. I should have added this color on the right side, but I did it on the left side. But it's not a big difference here, so. Now I'm gonna work on the body here. So I don't really want to apply a lot of colors on the whole body down here, so I just add a little bit of water first and just using light gray color here and just adding this type of lines. Again, as you can see, I'm not adding a lot of paint here. Okay, I'm just gonna add more darker color just on the bottom here, and on the top here I'm just adding this type of a hair again. And I'm just going on this feet area one more time and adding just more black here. Just want to give more definition here for that feet here, so that again this both area will be nice. It will be separated. And I also add a little touch of this line on this light brown area here too. Alright, so now I'm gonna work on the background, and I have some rocks around my panda. So I'm using darker brown here, and I'm trying to give a shape here, working on the bottom of the rock first. And as you can see, I'm not touching my panda right now. I'm not touching my panda, and I'm gonna make the bottom of the rock darker and the top of the rock will be lighter. So I use kind of light brown on the top, dark brown on the bottom, and there you go. I'm just gonna go back on the bottom here again to make it more darker, so it look like more like a shadow. Alright, so this is how I'm gonna add the other rocks too. Now I'm going to use a different brush here for the other part. I'm going to use this large round brush. It's a number 6 size. So yeah, I'm going to use this and I'm gonna start working on the bottom of this area. So first I'm applying just the water, a lot of water actually, on the bottom here. I'm not touching my panda with the water. I'm just gonna go back, add a little bit more water wherever it's already dry, and then I'm gonna use a brown color here. So I'm gonna use almost a similar color that I use for the rocks, but I started with this color here, and just adding this type of paint here, and I'm gonna smooth out the bottom here now like this. I'm really using a lot of water here. Now because some of these are the shadows, I'm using more darker brown close to my panda and the rocks. As I'm coming down, it's getting lighter and lighter. Alright, so now I'm gonna work on the greens. So I'm gonna use like 3 different colors here for the green. So first I started applying this type of lines for the leaves, but with just the water. So I'm adding this type of lines, and once I like this, I'm gonna use the lighter green first, and just going over that area and adding a little bit of green there, and I'm gonna go back again and just give a little bit more better shape. So again, I started with the lighter green first, and I'm gonna add some darker green. And as you can see, I'm not really touching my panda here, and I already started applying a little darker shade of green. I'm not completely hiding the other green I have. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side too. And I'm also adding like some taller grass. So yeah, and I'm gonna use again one more color, which is slightly a little darker shade. It's almost like a blue. So just in case if you don't have 3 different shades of green, you can just mix your blue and the green to get the little darker shade of green. And I'm also adding some green leaves on the ground. Now my panda is eating something, I don't know what, but I'm just gonna give him a leaf here. So I just add a little green line right here. And I also add some more green leaves around the rock, on top of the rocks like this, because it's coming from behind the rock. So yeah, I'm just adding some green like this. I'm just going over that brown here. Now around the panda and the greens, I'm gonna just use water here. I'm not using any paint, just using water. If it's gonna bleed with the green or gray, it will bleed. I just apply some water there because it was way too white on that area. Alright, so now I feel like I want to add a little gray around his nose right here, so I'm just adding a little water and a little bit of gray there too. And also I'm gonna go back on the eye area here first to make it a little bit more darker, and I'm just using a dark black here. And here one more thing I'm gonna do is I'm using black and going under my panda like this. I'm using a lot of water again for this part too, and just adding this type of shadows. Again, I'm touching the brown and the panda both, so it's gonna look like this then. So again, it's a shadows of my panda, and also I'm gonna do the same thing with the rock area too. So you can use black or the brown, you can use any color for the shadows like this. I'm using black first, and I'm also going to use a little bit of brown too, just on like some areas. And yeah, here I'm all done with this painting. And if you also painted with me, make sure you sign your painting. I am also gonna do that with my painting. So I hope you guys all have fun watching my video, and if you wanna share your drawing, your painting with me, please share it with me. I love to see your art. And again, thank you so much for all your support, and again for watching my video. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you love this video, please give a big thumbs up. And I will see you next time for another painting, or hopefully DIY if I go back my home. Alright, thank you again. I will see you again. Bye.